Welcome to the SPX options trading series by alphacrunching.com. Now let's get into the video. All right, we are logged into alphacrunching.com and looking at the forecast for the week of December 12th. And to change that, you can go into different weeks, previous weeks, but at the time of this trade we're going to walk through, we were looking at the week of December 12th. These charts become available before the week starts. So on Sunday night or December 11th, we could be looking at these charts. This is a quick snapshot view of the entire week, each day of the week, but we're going to focus in on Tuesday because this is the trade that actually took. So before the trading day began, I'm looking at the forecast for Tuesday, and it shows up, a relatively bearish morning into the lunch hour. And keep in mind that we're not trying to trade every tick here. We're just trying to get a general bias for certain periods of time so we can look to take trades in that direction. So we are using the forecast tool to give us a directional bias for certain periods of time. And we still want to look at the charts to confirm that movement, because some days with all these CPI reports and the Fed announcements, all these things can really gyrate the market around. So we want to have a bias going into the day for a certain period of time, and then we want to look at some chart confirmation. So on this particular day, which would have been Tuesday, December 13th, now keep in mind, December 13th was the CPI report for December, and we're looking at the 1 minute chart here. And you don't see any candles over here. And the reason why that is because the market gapped up. I think it was 3% or something that day. Even though we're having a bullish morning, we're still looking for a potential pullback, which actually makes a lot of sense. I actually like that as a quasi-contrarian type person. When the market gaps up 3%, I'm looking for a reason to fade that rally. And this is how this one played out. So we did gap up, pulled back, and as we retested this area, this is when I entered a call credit spread. And I want to talk through some of the technical analysis confirmation. This is a relatively simple one. From a chart perspective, we're basically looking at a double top, right? And a huge gap up that we're not seeing. But more importantly, we're looking at key levels, and the 4100 strike is where we were testing. We had tested that area before. It held as previous resistance. You can see I have this box drawn on the screen. This is sort of a potential resistance zone. So as we got to the potential double top at this candle, this was about almost 9:50 in the morning. I sold 9:49. I sold a 0 DTE 4120. This yellow line is where the 4120 strike is, and I bought the 4125 call, creating a credit spread. So I protect myself in case the market just rips up higher, which could always happen in these days, right? I was able to get a credit for $1.35 per contract or per spread. So fast forward about 15 or 20 minutes later, we started to get a pullback. And that spread actually decreased in value from $1.35 all the way down to 70 cents. So I was able to buy the spread back for 70 cents, and I was out of the trade. And even though the blueprint was telling us that the whole morning could be bearish, I'm not trying to stay in the trade the entire day, right? I'm trying to find an optimal time of day to have a directional bias, and I'm selling credit spreads against that. And with being that these are 0 DTE or same day expiration, the time decay and the delta, and there's a lot of gamma actually. When you get a move like this in your favor, you can see how the premium can get cut in half, and that's the profit that we're able to net. Now, if you go back to the actual full daily chart, which I'm not going to do here, the market pulled back way more. So I could have maybe re-entered and traded it all the way down. But this is a good example of looking at the blueprint, choosing a directional bias, going to the charts and looking for key levels or even chart patterns to play off of. I've got a couple more videos on how to use the forecast tool from alphacrunching.com. So check these videos out, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.